All I did was play it. I'm American, so I played it. I used to sing it in school. They made me sing it in school, so it's a flashback, you know. I don't know about it.
This man was in the 101st Airborne, so when you write your nasty letters in...
Nasty letters? Wow,
right.
you really
well,
trying hard.
When you mention the national anthem and talk about playing it in any unorthodox way, you immediately get a guaranteed percentage of hate mail from people that say, how dare anyone...
That's not unorthodox.
It isn't unorthodox?
No. I thought it was beautiful. But then there you go. You know.
Don't you find that there's a certain mad beauty in unorthodoxy?
Yeah, it was probably the same for him as it is for The Who, because I know Pete gets very frustrated. Although he likes to do it, he knows that the audience is half of the point they go to see them, as much as the music is to see him smash his guitar, you know. And I think that must be a terrible sort of expectation to live up to all the time. I mean, I don't know much about it because I never really went that far out in an act.
What hangs performers up, I think, is playing the same numbers, you know. It's not doing the same act or the same type of act, but playing that number at that point in the number doing this. And if you don't do it, or if you don't smash your amp ups at the end, that people get disappointed. So, and I know how that feels.
I don't care, man. I don't care anymore what they say anymore.
Yeah.
It's up to them then if they want to mess up the evening by looking at one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because all that is included, man. When I feel like playing with my teeth, I do it because I feel like it, you know. All that is complete. When I'm on stage, I'm complete natural, more so than, you know, talking to a group of people or something.
Black radio didn't want to play Jimi Hendrix music because they said not did only his music not relate, but the people that went to see Jimi Hendrix was not the crowd that would listen to a black station. Then, on most of the white pop stations, they said it was too hard and that he wasn't relating to that audience. And then you'd go to a concert, and it was standing room only.
He wasn't much of a color talker because, you know, like the way he lived. I remember one time down in Seattle, you know, or over in Seattle. I remember one time we was walking towards 8th Street. I was telling you this the other day, and just Albert, we was rapping about a few things, you know, that was wrong with the studio. And so there was this guy selling Black Panther papers, you know. So he's Black Panther, brother. You understand? So I was walking by because, you know, like my head was somewhere else at the time. My head was probably involved in my music. And, but Jimmy picked up on it, picked up on our vibe. So first thing he did was he went over and he bought the paper. First thing, right. You know, so Albert and I, we looked at each other, you know, so Jimmy... Damn, so the guy said, so the Panther said, he said, oh, wow, brothers, Jimi Hendrix buying the paper, Black Panther paper, and y'all not? You understand? So we said, yeah, well, Jimi Hendrix bought the paper because he wanted a paper. You understand? We don't. But then Jimmy looked at us. He looked at us. He looked at us as though, because the reason he bought the paper was, you know, like to impress us. Right.